time. Hello. Oh, I didn't drop out. Wonderful. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and Hellions, for no reason at all, to that 6+++ show. I'm your host, Tom, very lowest of men. I'm back with the 40k nerds of the 6++ team, and we're talking LGT. It's the London Grand Tournament. It's the biggest damn event anyone ever did see officially in the numbers now, in the history records. So look forward to that. Till the next one assumes. So we're going to be talking about that and the things we are predicting for it. We're going to have some fun with some prediction games that you, the listener, can join in with. And we'll also be talking about our three heroes here who are going to be actually all sallying forth into the LGT to try and win some games. And I'm very excited to hear about their process and their feelings going in as well. So do shout us out in the chat. Let us know what you're up to. And if you're going to LGT and if you're playing or if you're going to be watching at home, and we will get into that. We'll introduce my cast of players, then we'll do all the usual bits and bobs, see if we can get this to a good old 15-minute intro for the people that don't like long intros, and then proceed as planned. So got to start where I like to start. He's got a smooth-looking fade. He's had a nice time doing his content yesterday. It is my dear leader, Chris. Chris, how goes it, my friend?
What's up, bitches? How are you?
Good. Yeah, good. Uncharacteristically gauche from you. I like it.
Yeah. Sleep deprivation has hit home. And
I know that one. Yeah. I mean, you probably get it worse than me because you have actual human commitments that you need to manage, but I'm feeling pretty tired as well. So is that baby related or kid related?
Life related,
Life related.
It's a tough life being a content creator these days, And then I've been playing real Warhammer with real figures against other real people. And also there's a baby involved, so it's good times.
You were live documenting your game yesterday, and it seemed like it might have been quite a difficult game.
Well, these two are world leading all the time, aren't they? They go really far.
They go really far.
In perspective, turn two, he was like, I think I'll go for it now. I'm like, okay, well, I'm giving him too much. And this 20-man Berserker brick went from the middle ruin on Terraform, and by the end of his consolidation had tagged my Calidus, which was in the bottom right-hand corner, literally on the edge of the map. He managed to get to some purifiers behind my bottom right terrain piece, an inch away from the wall. So it turns out if you move 10 inches, advance and charge, and pile in and consolidate 6, you actually go really far.
It covers quite a remarkable amount of ground.
That was fun. That was fun times. But I got to play against Jamie Clifford, who I haven't played for
that is nice. I love Jamie, one of the OGs on this show.
One of the OGs from the show, absolutely. So it's great to see him and stuff. And is
he going to LGT?
No.
Okay,
just a shame. He's not one of the 75 or whatever it is. But,
Wonderful. You might be mistaking a ghost down in the bottom left. It's not a ghost. It's actually young Harley Scully, who's far from a ghost. If anything, he's the furthest of all of us away from being a ghost. Harley, how are you?
I am good, thank you. I thought I'd spice my lighting up instead of being
spiced it up. Is that really?
I'm not sure pale white is spicy per se, Harley.
That's plain chicken with no.
I like it. It's given me a talking point.
White phosphorus is a spice, right?
Apothecary white.
It has that kind of like last sighting of Guardsman before the Gorse player goes through it. That's good. Tell us about your 40k life, Harley. Anything new with you, mate?
I am just going through the slog of applying for England again. And
You're playing a lot, aren't you? You are. Following in some very ill-advised examples and just playing a ton of games.
I'm playing quite a few. And I'm actually documenting them down on a Google Sheets document. So
good boy.
I wonder who taught me that. Hey?
Some genius. Yeah, very good.
As Scrivo says in the chat, I am on smoke and the smoke has gone off. That is why.
-1 to hit, Harley.
Exactly.
We're not getting tonight.
I am absorbing Hunter cohort.
And I think it's worth probably, we're not big tooters of our own horns on this show, but you've been doing very well with your ad, mate, haven't you? So is it worth reflecting a little bit on that? You've been having a good time in your practice?
Yeah, they've been pretty good. I've had some pretty decent wins with them, and I've been enjoying them, and I'm looking forward to going for LGT. I feel like I can do quite well there. So I'm excited for it. I am really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, 100%. And of course, up in top right with his big old microphone and his cool custom background, it is Jack Chapman. Jack, how goes it?
I'm doing good, man. taking it easy. Well, I would like to be, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, ready to do LGT prep. Work goes absolutely insane, and then everything just goes wrong. But we're here. I'm here to talk about LGT. I'm going to relax, talk about LGT.
You are, and I know for a fact that you've been playing some fish, and you've been quite enjoying playing your fish as well.
They're actually goats, Tom.
Sorry.
Okay. I'm playing Tau. Been playing Tau. Playing some Montcar Tau on the UKTC boards. Turns out they do some really wacky stuff when you move fast enough on the UKTC boards. Who thought? Fast gun good. Who'd have thought?
They do. It's interesting because obviously a lot of the talk pre-LGT is about the armies who are exploiting a different aspect of the UKTC terrain, which is the big stagey come whack you element. But there's a fast gun element that I think looks quite exciting, and I think Tau might be among the armies that might surprise a few people, not to give anything away. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool. I'm glad. It was nice that you were putting the fear of God into people with them again after a little while not playing them so much. So that's really cool. Yeah, and obviously you've done us some stats, haven't you, for LGT, which we'll get into in a little bit as well.
Yes, I have done some interesting stats because I'm not going to play any more games this week because I played a bunch of practice games and won a bunch of them, and now I'm just going to ride that high momentum. Into the event. I'm not going to play any more games because I might lose.
Live in that world. Live in that world where you're that good.
I'm on a 3-game losing streak, so absolutely.
Death Guard all over again.
Now closer this time. He's getting his Grey Knight scores now. We're safe.
Yeah,
it's good. I mean, to that effect, it's worth just shouting out. Obviously, lovely Scrivo ran our invitational at Darkfire this weekend, just gone, which Chris, Harley, and myself were all at. We had a great time. We tested some different things. Chris tested Banishers, didn't you, Chris, for Grey Knights?
Yeah, loved it. It was so much fun.
You look like you were having a great time.
I genuinely remember what it was like to have fun with Warhammer, because I went first into Eldari and I got out the interceptor brick and I was like, where can I go and charge? And because they go really far, right? Especially on Terraform, 15 inches, like really far. So where can I go to then shoot and charge and then spread out to like make him not be able to go to primary, but without triggering mists and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was just nice to enjoy playing Warhammer.
Yeah, some sneaky combinations. I assume have you done Banishers content yet for Hammer, or is that going to be in the future?
Not yet. After LGT, I'll be
his LGT win
and be able to talk about it.
Absolutely. And obviously, Harley was testing his Abmet, weren't you, Harley?
I was indeed. I was testing a list and having last-minute list decisions as well after that event.
You did message me quite late in the night.
Yeah, I made one change to the list, one small, tiny change. I didn't go for a complete revamp, so we stayed.
Was like he was messaging me 20 minutes before list submission about destroyers.
Yes, but
same with me.
Nas and Jack looked at them and thought they were pretty decent, but we decided I hadn't have enough reps with them to take them.
It's something we will look at. I think the theory was sound, right? The theory was sound. And those aren't bad people to have to call on for a last-minute list check, Nas and Jack time.
The two people that would really not like it if I ran destroyers said, you know what, Harley, they're not that good, and then convinced you not to take them. Good job, Harley. Nice one.
We was mapping it out, and if you oath the 20-man Berserker brick, it kills like 15 on Overwatch.
It goes away pretty hard, which is, you need a tool like that. It's quite, it might do more, to be honest. Like,
probably kills a lot of Raven Guard too.
It does.
Probably does. Probably does kill.
Maybe I should have took it, guys.
We'll know, and we'll use it in the future, won't we, as well? And for myself, I tried the Hearthband, the Votan, who actually are quite good on UKTC because people struggle to stop the little dwarves dropping in and just shooting them really hard in the face. And so that was really fun to do. Went through some Space Wolves and CK, but got beaten, as I often do, by the lovely Clement on his Eldari, who was very, very good. I really enjoyed it. Actually, seeing him play Seer Council was pretty cool. Seer Council is a very cool detachment. I'm very, very fond of it, and he was playing it really well. So yeah, thanks, John, for putting that on, and thank you to all of you who came and were there and had a great time. The atmosphere at those is just awesome now, and we have a really, really nice time with everyone, so that was great. Okay, going to shout out to people in the chat. Do a smattering of self-promotion, because we are very good at self-promotion, possibly the best. And then it's the main event. So Zero is in. Hello, Zero. David Irving is in. Gareth T is in, saying quite a few World Eaters lists. Is this going to be like more Dakar at the South Coast GT? I don't think it's going to be quite like that, to be honest. But it is obviously an army a lot of people are putting their faith in. Theo is here. Boo. Get out of here, Theo. Magnet Nerds is in. Great name. Gareth T taking the Taliban list. I do love the Taliban with the big Greater Demons and Mortarian. That's a cool list. Jerry is in. Jerry's painting progress. There's some people wondering if Harley is in heaven, but he's not. He's just on smoke.
Just on smoke.
Big old Jim says thanks for a nice bit of practice on Sat. Theo says putting everything on the line and going first is not a skill. Actually, Theo,
These
that is
days
absolutely
It's
skill. These days, players do that all the time, and it's naughty.
We're in the Alpha Strike.
We're really in run at People Town now.
If I beat Theo with no skill, what does that say about Theo?
Yeah. To be fair, I think when the one game I've had with Theo, I put everything on the line and went first as well. So into his no damage Thousand Suns All Goats army with my CSM. I was like, here we go. We're going to blend. And it was a great time. Oh, dear. Very, very good. Okay, Charlie Watts is here. Scribo. And Aidan Brocklehurst is in as well. Amazing. Wonderful. Okay.
Can I just say, Aidan felt pretty stress-free, but he didn't. I don't think he subbed what faction he was on his list, so that really upset me.
I didn't either.
I know you didn't, but I knew what you were playing. So
I got an email. This is your first offence.
It's easily done.
A warning.
We had the Go Watts mystery, the Ed Watts mystery, where he wasn't in the event until.
Well, that's because we were literally.
Today.
So we're live on the lunchtime show, and we get a note. Everyone's like, "Oh, LGT lists are up." So we're like, "Right, fine, we'll just look through some lists." And then Ed gets a message literally mid-show, like, "Ed, you're not on here.
You're not at LGT."
Ed is trying to do the show whilst obviously massively spiraling because he's not on the list to be. He's not going. He's not there on the And I'm like, right, okay, guys, well, let's get into these lists then. And he's like, silent. Sorry, what was that? I was trying to send an email.
Oh dear. Well, he is going. That's the main thing. And obviously, I know again for people who've been behind the scenes in the team with Ed in recent weeks, the great thing is that he's taking his Eldar, which he's brilliant at, and he's going to have a good time. And there hasn't been some sort of unusual wacky pivot at the last minute. I'm back Ed. I think he'll do great. So that should be really, really fun.
Has anyone actually checked what list he's submitting? Because he could just be fooling all of us.
Yeah, it's Eldari, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we can have a look again, unless he's just been sending us a different one. I think it's not a world away from the list he was doing at UKTC before, but he's obviously tweaked, and I believe him and Manny have taken the same list. So they've obviously done some collabing. Manny hasn't actually played the list until today, but he's enjoying it so far, so that's good. So we'll see how they get on with that. Okay, so... All right, on the self-promotional side, there are a few fun bits of promotion. I mean, the first one, I'm going to indulge myself and do a little bit for me first, which is that I will be commentating at the LGT this year. So that's why I'm not playing, I'm not taking any armies, but I get to instead be on the UKTC TV stream and do the commentating for that. And that'll be my first time doing that, but the plan will be that I'll do a bunch of the UKTC events going forwards, and Zach came and nagged me to do that in the summer. And that was a really exciting thing to be invited to do, and obviously I'm massively excited to do it. Am I going to be a little bit FOMO watching everyone play? Probably. There is going to be a bit of that, but it will be really fun. I love the commentary, and obviously, as ever with these things, the main thing is to say a big thank you to everyone who's made that possible, which is obviously everyone here at 6 Plus who have done all of the things I am completely incapable of doing for years, and made that all work. And obviously Tony, who invited me out to WTC 2 years ago to commentate, and that was where I guess I found it was something I would be pretty decent at doing. And then all of you who've watched and encouraged and supported as well, because I think that's a big part in who they were looking for and who they wanted to pick. So yeah, awesome! I can't wait to do it. It's going to be really fun. So come and say hello. I have to dress quite smart, so I'll be the one looking like an idiot dressed quite smart, walking around LGT in like a nice shirt and jacket and all this nonsense. So we'll see how that goes. On the other self-promotional side, Chris, do we have any up-and-coming videos that need promoting?
Wow, I mean, if you're going to LGT and you're like, I just wish I understood these maps just slightly better. I wish I had some idea of maybe the shooting lanes or where I can deploy and that sort of thing. Wow. We do have a video series for you, Yumi and UKTC, originally started by Mr. Ed Fawcett, and taken over by me. So yeah, I've deep dived all 5 maps, just given my thoughts, opinions, just showing you the firing lanes, shooting lanes, talked about the flow of the game, what you want to be expecting, where you want to be going, that sort of thing. So there's that.
And those videos have been getting a lot of love. They're really useful, I think. And if you're someone who hasn't really thought about the maps that they play on like pre-event before. It's a hugely important habit to develop, and this stuff will help you out. So go and have a look.
So that's been good. And then tomorrow, if Scrivo does the thumbnail for me, will be Teams of the UKTC is back. Obviously, we have dived into War Masters previously, and now it's a turn of Dead Red Gaming.
Amazing.
So, we've got a nice little interview of Dead Red, Charles and Azza on, and we talked to them about all sorts of things. So that was really cool.
Oh, beautiful. That'd be really fun.
And then from my personal point of view, also any Grey Knight fans, I will have my next installment out probably tomorrow as well, to be honest, if Scrivo does the thumb, for where I talk through my final LGT list and stuff like that.
Yeah, as I say, Chris is actually diving into some of the other detachments, which I think is actually very interesting, because it's a book that people just aren't really, and this happens sometimes, but a book people aren't really putting the shift in with, and Chris is actually getting stuck in and looking at some of the other stuff. So I think there's some very exciting stuff to be found, and certainly some of the plays you were describing to me sounded very fun.
It's just so fun
with Banishes. Like, I think Banishes might be a really good time for people to give it a try. So yeah, really, really nice. And for those in the chat asking, UKTCTV is the link. As far as 6++ goes, of course, we are still making absolutely tons of stuff. We've got Chris part-time now to put even more effort into it. So we're making loads of videos. So thanks for supporting us, and please continue to do so. Hit the old like and subscribe. We've got the members signing up. So if you want to support us as a YouTube member financially, that'd be absolutely awesome.
King of the Ping.
Yeah, and King of the Ping. So if you sign up as a member, you can get access to our Discord TTS League, which Davey is launching the next season of imminently. It has a bunch of us playing in it. It's a really good time. Lovely crowd. Not a merciful crowd. There are big wins in that game, in that league. People really go for it. So, bring your A game, but you can have a great time and try some unusual stuff. Strong but unusual is a running theme in quite a lot of the lists, and get involved and have a great time. So, if that sounds like something you'd like to do, please do come and sign up in our Discord and get signed up as a YouTube member. And if you're interested in 40k coaching, obviously we've got a bunch of us doing that. Myself, Chris, Harley, and Jack all offer coaching on the factions that we love the best. We've got a bunch of others on there as well, including our own nemesis, Jack Tite. If you're interested in learning to play 40k a little bit better and tightening up your game and working to sort of improve and self-develop, I can safely say that really works now. We've been doing it a while. The results have been really very pronounced. It's awesome to see. And I highly recommend, if you'd like a little bit more confidence and sort of security in your game and to level up on an army that you love, get in touch with us. We'll sort you out. Okay. 17 minutes. I reckon that extra 2 minutes was just me talking about myself.
Raging right now.
Yeah, there's 2 minutes of just me talking about myself commentating for someone to enjoy. We'll put a timestamp in for that, don't worry. So that's great. Which means we're ready to roll. It is the main event now. We're going to talk about the London Grand Tournament. Now, Jack, you're the stats man. Take it away. Set the scene for us, my man.
Okay, so hopefully, I know the writing's a little bit small on this, but hopefully people can just about read that. So I went and did a bunch of stats for the LGT with the factions that came out. So this here is a faction breakdown. You've probably seen something kind of similar out there already. I just removed all the duplicates and the people that dropped and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, this is the faction breakdown. Obviously, the big news story that everyone's talking about is World Eaters are the top of the pile at 71%.
The golden boys, the red boys. Yeah, nice.
Picking up a huge percentage of the list there. Space Marines, again, are the second biggest faction. The Astartes there, but is there any surprises on there for you guys? I would say I'd ask. Sorry, if there's anything you thought. I thought this was going to be loads of this, and there's just not.
A few things that jump out at me is that, having been to LGTs in days gone by and done stat shows and seen stat shows about it, it's worth saying that even though there is an army people clearly like, the actual proportional representation of different factions is really good here. Like, really good. Like, you're not in the 10+ percenters into one army, which we've seen in the past. So I think this is, really, really nice in a lot of different ways. I think I'm not personally surprised by Eldari having a big share, but I think there was a lot of noise around Eldari maybe being in a little bit of peril. But for me personally, I think Eldari are an army I just back with the guile and the tools and the damage to adapt to the situation and to the meta. So I think Eldari being there in good numbers is is a confirmation of something I was pretty confident in, that there'd be quite a lot of them. There's not quite as many Emperor's Children as I thought there'd be.
I mean,
they're way down there, right?
Got of playing World Eaters. That's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So not as many Emperor's Children as I expected. Blood Angels, pretty heavily represented, makes a lot of sense, I think, on these boards. I think in general... Necrons, yeah, decent numbers of Necrons. I think in general, probably the big story and the big subplot will be, is the speedy combat going to be as dominant as a lot of people evidently think it is? Because I don't know if anyone else has played on the UKTC boards, but for me, speedy combat has felt good on it. Guns have also felt very good on it. And I think that's a really interesting question, right? I think there's a sort of a bit of a knife-edged game to be played there with certain factions. Sprayback Studios in the chat says so few GSC. Yeah, I mean GSC have just taken an absolute backhanding. So I think that people are just regrouping, I think is probably the diplomatic way of putting it with GSC at the moment. And we'll see. Thousand Suns appear to have dropped right off.
Yeah, I mean, when we there's some that are always going to be low, right? I think Genestealer Cults are always low. Adeptus Mechanicus, like I think we spoke about this last week when Wing was on. Like it's such a difficult army to collect that even though it's good, people just aren't necessarily going to jump into it that fast. And the changes haven't been in very long, so it's going to be a degree of hobby lag in there. I thought I think we already spoke about Emperor's Children. That was like the big one to me. I thought there was going to be way more Emperor's Children than there is. I thought we were going to be in the 40s for that. Death Guard is still quite high. I actually expected a lot of people to drop Death Guard, but I probably should have known better because I think a lot of people just own it. At this point, there were so many people playing Death Guard. I thought people
Death Guard and Necrons just have big stodgy player bases to go with the big stodgy armies. They just, because they've both been starter box armies in recent memory, they just have a good playing community. And Death Guard obviously had a lot of bandwagoners too.
Same for Necrons as well. There's just so many people playing Necrons.
Quite a lot of Tau.
Yeah, that's the other one.
There is a lot of Tau, and that's one of the ones I'm really interested in.
Yeah, so I think it's super interesting that I think a lot of people are very eager to play Tau in a way that you kind of wanting to play Tau, which is fast shooting with the Tau units and not swarms of Kroot. Like nothing wrong with Kroot. Not everyone wants to play a Kroot army though. So
that's the most diplomatically you've ever handled that ever.
Riptide's being good is like the prime, like what most Tau players, I would say, completely in an uninformed opinion, love to play, right? The big giant robots is what people like about Tau most of the time. So I think it's super interesting that more people are wanting to pick them up. Hopefully they are able to play up to that desire for better for Tau.
I hope so. I think we'll get to it because it alludes to answers for some of the games, but I think there's some interesting stuff there.
I do think Tau are going to do well in this event. To be clear,
I agree. But, I think they are going to be one of the surprises here. I'm quite excited for them. I think Grey Knights, Chris. There's actually quite a lot of them here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, a lot of them. Well, that's because if you take Warpbane and just try and blast your opponent off the table, they're actually really good at it. Like literally last week where Innes went on record and said, I think if you take a Storm Raven and Warpbane and you're good enough, you can win a super major with them.
Yeah, stuff like that has an effect, right?
Yeah, like that will do a thing. So yeah, like Warpbane Grey Knights are in a really good place at the moment for just when
that's the Harley Scully Storm Raven list, right?
Yeah, the Harley Scully one. Yeah. And it turns out if you're re-rolling all of your hits and a lot of your wounds, stuff dies. And if you're
pretty good,
it's pretty good. So I think Grey Knight players are excited to go, and I don't know what the detachment breakdown is, but I would imagine most of them will.
It'll be a lot of Warpbane, surely. You'd think, yeah. And both the Night flavors are pretty present here as well. I think that's worth noting. Although they've taken some hits, but there is still a lot of IK and CK at the event, and that's quite interesting.
Wow,
yeah,
identically split.
Combined, they're the most popular faction, right?
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's massively interesting because I think the logics of quite a few of the armies that have come in hot here is a less knight heavy world, and then obviously
Well, that was what everyone said, right? Everyone was like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about knights as much anymore." And oh wait,
I think there's a case to be made that the commentary around 40k moves quicker than players for one, but there's also a case to be made that the commentary tries to identify trends, and then sometimes what already exists has a big say, right? What already exists doesn't always obligingly disappear just because there's a couple of armies with 80 points more stuff, right?
Does anyone know if the Imperial Knights Codex is live for this one?
I think
that is a great question.
I have not a clue, to be honest.
I think it is, because everyone was crying about it when they could pick all the knights to like +2 move and all that. So
that makes
I think
sense.
it is live.
I'm not savvy to it, to be honest, though, GC. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm very interested in Codex release cycles because there's a Drakari one on the way, and I'd like to know when we get our hands on that, but I don't actually know how they work, Yeah, Jack in the chat says it's been allowed for a couple of weeks. Swordsman Smith 87 says World Eaters will just kick knights off the table now. Well, there you go. Maybe they will. That seems reasonable to allow them to smack their bad matchups as well as their good ones. Like, that's a nice change for World Eaters. It's good.
Do you guys think orcs are good on UKTC? Because this is a
great question.
I was having with someone the other day, and I was trying to think about it, and I'm thinking the units that orcs like to use, like guys in trucks, guys in battle wagons, big 20-man bricks. Like, I don't know if they get on very well with the terrain.
If you look at Brian's list, he's got a lot of gun in it, even though he's gone for those sorts of things. And actually, Brian's probably been the most effective player to use orcs at LGT over the last few years, right? And he has consistently gone 2 battle wagons. He's done that multiple times. He's consistently gone 20 boy brick, but he has also taken some shooting. And I think it's interesting. His list actually this time is not a million miles away from the one he took last year, but he's got Gaz in 1 20-man instead of multiple 20-man. I think orcs actually have good shooting for the lanes, right? And that was what Daka demonstrated. They have good shooting for the UKTC lanes. They do have some units that really hurt on those lanes and can exploit them. And they have combat to exploit the middle. So in theory, they can take advantage of both the things the current set offers. I think their main issue is going to be fragility at times into certain things. But Josh Cowlard is giving them some love in the chat, and he's certainly been playing them and enjoying them again. So yeah, I think we'll see. I think orcs are in the figuring out stage, and there's only a handful of specialists doing the figuring out in the UK. So I think it's a case of seeing where they go. I think there may well be some orc lists from this that we then end up seeing quite a bit.
In terms of pairings, Josh could stay the hell away from me because he spanked me on round 5 of the last LGT I went to.
It's what he does.
If I can avoid doing that again, that would be real nice.
He's an absolute hero, is Josh Cowlard. We love it. Ryan Rose says, what's your thoughts with Chaos Demons going into top armies? I don't really know. Demons sit in quite an odd spot into some of these. They have good game into Emperor's Children. They enjoy Emperor's Children. Flawless Blades maybe push the envelope on that. That'd be the interesting thing. I guess the auto wounding might be a pain for them now.
I think they get absolutely spanked by knights.
Yes, they don't like knights. It's a skill game. I think if you're better than a knights player, you can win it. But it depends on the demons list, and it is a bit volatile. And if you don't make some forwards, you just die. And then I imagine World Eaters just tag them up and eat them. Probably would be my guess, but I don't know. Haven't seen that one played.
Yeah, I don't think they like the top things at the moment. Demons.
No.
I do have another little chart here. So this is I've done another pie chart. I'm sorry it's a pie chart, but it's important.
Don't apologise, Jack. Stick to your guns or your pies.
This is all Space Marine factions, including like World Eaters, Emperor's Children equivalents, all of them added together. So basically anything with like the Space Marine equivalent defensive profile, basically added together. Just to see.
Chris, I think our advice in the masterclass was correct, mate.
Yeah. Who could have seen this one coming?
We were like, get ready for Marine bodies.
You'll probably play against some Marines.
You will probably play some Marine type bodies because it's 50% of the field. That's actually really useful to visualize. Can you send me that so I can put that in our coaching Discord with a little I told you so?
What I'll do actually is I'll put this or this PowerPoint in our Discord so anyone can look at it afterwards and get.
Yeah, that's really kind. Thank you. That's great. So, wow, that is quite something, isn't it? And you can see it's a bit sad for Votan, brand new book, 27 players. It's not a vote of confidence, is it? That is not a vote of confidence in the new book. And I think they basically on UKTC, from my early experiences, find themselves outspeeded by the melee in the middle and outspeeded by the guns on the sides. They can exploit both. They can exploit both those things, but their range is short and they're slow, and I don't think the durability quite helps them out. But we'll see. There may be further to go with Votann in terms of the development. But I was certainly enjoying Hearthband on these maps a lot more, and that feels like something people have only really started thinking about in the last 5 to 6 days, because I know I did.
I do think there's a degree of hobby lag as well with Votann.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah. Because all my lists have been like what I can actually get together, and Chris will attest it didn't look very good, the new bits.
And it's another one of those factions because it's not like obviously broken like Death Guard was, for example. So it's kind of waiting for someone to win something big with it and then show them what the list is, and then everyone will play that.
Correct.
So I think that is a bit of
the gestation cycle of the not broken book. It takes a while. Some genius wins an event, everyone copies it. It's good.
All right. I've got some more stats for you.
Oh.
So this is a bunch of ELO stuff. So I want to say thank you to Josh 40K who's in the chat, because he gave me the spreadsheet with all of the ELO on it. So I probably wouldn't be able to do this without him, because I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. But I've got this information here. So ELO, if you don't know, is a ranking system, which basically whenever you play someone, if you beat someone, then you get more points. You start at 1400, you get a little bit of points every time you beat someone. If that person has a higher ELO than you, you get more points. And if you have a lower ELO than you get less points. And it kind of just creates a scaling for you to create stuff. Long story short, if you have a high ELO, you're probably a pretty good player and you win a lot of 40k. Because the best way to think of it is like this is your proven skill. So what you've done at a tournament, and you have proved that you are able to win events. It is not necessarily this is in stacked order, the list of best to worst players. It's best to worst tournament performances, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. It's a performance-based thing, right?
Yeah. So we've got the top 16 here because at the event. So we've got all these players. So I thought it was a top 16 cut for the shadow round, but I think it's a 32 because there's 10 rounds.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of rounds, so it might be a larger cut. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the top 16. So I'd be interested to see how many of these guys make it into the top shadow round. Not shadow round, but top cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so the average ELO of this event is 1518. As I said before, you start at 1400. So like that average being higher than 1400 means that there's a lot of players that are better than that in there. But yeah, I just thought this was super interesting. Innes is as the top ELO here. He is actually the second or third. He's third in the world, I think, overall. So yeah, having that in there does like spike that total up quite high. You start at 1500. My bad. I'm sorry. I thought it was 1400.
There you go.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, a lot of very familiar faces in that list, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of these people you could very easily see taking the whole thing, right? And a lot of these people have won super majors, have made multiple shadow rounds, top cuts, etc., at various events. So yeah, I thought that was. I just thought that was interesting to see some of the top players of ones worth looking at, lists worth looking at. For the event, I thought that was quite interesting.
Absolutely, and yeah, certainly from what my head tells me they're playing, there's a real spread of factions across them as well. Not too much by way of deviation, actually. Almost no repetition, actually, very little, which is quite fun.
Yeah,
probably 2 or 3 per faction max across that spread, to my memory.
Yeah, I don't have the faction. Actually, I think I can bring that up. Actually, I think I've
World Eaters, Eldari, Ravengard, Drakari, Necrons, Eldari, Orcs, Emperor's Children. No, he'll have had that taken off him now. Jack won't be on Emperor's Children. What's he playing? Anyone know?
Chaos Knights.
Chaos Knights, yeah.
Chaos Knights, of course. Grey Knights for Mick Woodingay.
Yes, I think so.
I've got it here. So Innes is on Space Marines, Ben Jones is on Eldari, Nassim is on Space Marines, I think it's Ravengard, if I remember right. Ridvan is on Drukari, Andy is on Necrons. Vic is on Eldari. Brian is on Orcs. Jack is on Chaos Knights. Nicholas Winningale's on Grey Knights. David Gale is on Black Templars. Martin Cooper is on Astra Militarum. Chris Radford's on Blood Angels, and Marcus Vincent is on Grey Knights, and Borja is on Blood Angels as well.
Nice. And Summerfield, CSM?
Sorry, who was that?
John Summerfield is in here. Is he on?
I think he got cut because he didn't have a faction listed.
Oh, interesting. Okay,
so I put it off my list there.
That's fine. So he has been playing Chaos Space Marines the whole time. He's been a thing in the scene, I think so. So it's a really good spread again. That's what I like about LGT. The last LGT, the LGTs of 10th edition, once the Eldar thing was sorted out, have been defined by an absolute truckload of faction specialists in the Top Cut. That's the thing I've enjoyed about it the most last year, and I suspect we're going to see it again. And I think that's a really exciting time to be. Okay, any other stats for us, Jack?
Yes, we got another page here. Let me just bring that one up. So this is the average elo of each faction that is being taken. And this is
That's great.
This is sorted by like highest to lowest. So that is to say the Deathwatch players of all the Deathwatch players together have an average elo of 1561, which is the highest.
That's fun.
And then the Imperial Agents have the lowest at 1450 combined. So interesting ones here. I think Eldari being second highest. So I guess it's important to remember when you're looking at this. This is not to say that the Eldari players are the best players. I know me saying that is going to sound a bit salty, but it's not.
Yeah,
what it
sounds
means
like you're
is
starting to hit on some of my grievances with Elo, Jim.
It's worth noting that this is not necessarily a indicator of the skill of like Eldari players are the best, but the proven skill of the players that are playing it at this event. So, what you can take from this is less about how good Eldari players are, but how many of the good players are willing to play Eldari at this event, which I think is telling in and of itself.
But it is interesting that you got Votan and Deathwatch up there, right? Who wouldn't be armies I'd have thought are being flocked to by your wind chasers here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is a degree of
some outliers is fun.
Yeah, there is a degree of the higher, just higher average, proven play rate, right? So the people who are taking the Votan to this tournament are people who have played a lot of tournament games and are able to win a bunch of tournament games. So that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
We've also got the so Space Marines are interesting, right? You would think Space Marines would be lower.
Yeah, it's not actually as low as I would have thought.
And then you might say, oh well, you've got Innis because Innis is like the highest there is, right? So that's going to skew. Well, actually, the lowest rated Elo player, who I will not name because that seems a bit unfair, is also on Space Marine Astartes. So it all balances out, right? That's how that works. I think considering that Marines is normally looked at as a lot of bad. All Space Marine players are bad players, right? Because they get really bad overall win rate. You can see that the win rate of the players that we have here is actually quite high. So that's an interesting one. I'm
excited for Innis's list because it looks like a solution to a problem that can only have been found in a relatively short frame of time. So I'm quite interested to see if it does in fact solve those problems.
What subfaction is that?
I believe
detachment, sorry.
He is playing good old Storm Raven Stormlance, a la Josh Roberts. It's in the same style as Josh Roberts, but triple Redemptor. Can anyone think of some armies that don't like a 2-up save with Armor of Contempt at -1 damage? I can think of it.
Blast Plasma.
So I think it's quite interesting, that addition to that list. Very interesting skew. And I like it. I'm relieved that he hasn't just jumped on a hotness. But he may well hunt some hotness pretty well. We'll see.
Another one that's super interesting is World Eaters because they're the most popular faction. And they're at 1529. You would normally suspect that the most, when you look at things like StatCheck, right? You look at the popular factions, they tend to be a lower win rate, right?
Yes.
Whereas in this, that's not necessarily been the case. You look at it and you think, well, actually, these really popular factions are actually quite high. So again, this is before they've played any games, right? So like, if I was to take the elo of these players after they played the LGT, this could be a very different. That could be a very different like elo, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You don't know.
Yeah, so we're going to compare them again afterwards and see how everyone got on crashing into each other.
Yeah, because Blood Angels as well, right? Is an interesting one because that's I think the third most popular faction. I said.
Yeah, so we have Sam Royal in our team, so the low elo for Blood Angels, I think, pretty much explains itself. Love you wherever you are. The Imperial Agents one is, you just look at them; they're so far away from everything else. It's just so vicious.
What I will also do is I'll post the Excel sheet that I've got with the full, like the filtered list of each faction as well, so you can see like the overall spread.
Yeah, sounds great.
But yeah, that's interesting.
Super cool.
I think, yeah, the sort of the one that stuck out to me is Death Guard being quite low, 1489 average being the second lowest. So the Chaos Knights actually.
Well done, Chris.
Yeah, it makes sense. It was just that one.
It's I think that's super. That's interesting, right? Like, what do you think? That's just like the top players, like the top 16, top 32, are not interested in Death Guard?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I think they haven't seen competitive abandonment because Death Guard have a strong and loyal player base, but the people who were exploiting the army for its temporary strength are gone. Right, it's gone. I actually think they've dropped off harder than a few people I was talking with were very buoyant on Death Guard, but it looks like they've dropped off significantly harder than people thought they were going to drop off. So yeah, interesting, definitely interesting. Mm-hmm. I still wouldn't want to pair into Death Guard. I'd still prefer to avoid that. I don't want someone to just hit -1 damage over and over again for 5 turns. Oh dear. No, those are really interesting. Really, really interesting.
Anything that jumps out to you, Harley, Chris?
1,000 Suns is quite low.
Yes.
Yeah, which surprises me considering like you'd think
it's not there.
Yeah.
See, that one makes sense to me, right? Because you wouldn't expect any good players. Like, again, I'm using these terms like good players. I'm not meant to like insult.
Yeah, we're sort of using it to identify sort of meta speculating here, aren't we, Jack? A little bit.
So if I was to take those top 32, like none of those guys are particularly interested in playing 1,000 Suns, right? So that can give you a kind of like meta perspective. But
the elo on the Orc players as well, probably skewed by certain things, but again, surprising because they are one of those armies that have the reputation of being there for a fun time, right? Harley gets it.
I do think some of these are a degree of like there are not the overall like the player base for these factions. No, I'm sorry. I totally just lost my point.
That's okay.
That's really embarrassing.
I've
totally lost what I was going to say.
Do we have any more on the stats side, or should we move it on to get some predictions going?
So this one was the same information, but sorted by the most popular. So the most populous factions. Mm-hmm. So like World Eaters are at 1529, and then Space Marines 1522, so on and so forth. But you can see like the least popular faction. Like Death Watch is one of the least popular factions, but it's still got a 1561.
Yeah, some good players on there. It's not for the faint-hearted, Death Watch, so that makes sense.
It's a lot of really interesting information. Unfortunately, I don't have a degree in statistics, so I'm not very good at pulling conclusions from these things. But it is super interesting.
It is
to see like overall, right? Mm-hmm. When you see like. Yeah. Because you would expect the popular factions to be... I don't know. Would you expect the popular faction to be higher, or would you expect them to be lower? I'm not sure.
I guess you'd see... If we're talking about sort of very good players pivoting to an army, I guess that would have a boosting effect on its elo going into an event, right? If it has a bunch of very, very seasoned players on it. Mm. But then very large popular factions, you'd expect it to be a bit more diluted, for sure. I'd have to see how it's all been drawn together and calculated. It's certainly interesting. It's certainly interesting because it doesn't look on at first glance like I would anticipate it to look.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll get all this I'll get this PowerPoint and the Excel sheet that I use posted in the on the Discord, and I'll put it. I'll put it as a comment on the video as well, so anyone watching this on YouTube can access that as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that. That's great. Okie dokie. So we've got a game now. The game now is to make some predictions. I have tasked all of us with doing so. I will wang some random predictions in as well. Why not? I'm happy to contribute. We will compare notes and see how they got on in the future. You, the listener, are also able to make some predictions. You can chuck them in chat as you make them, but you can also write them down so that you have them, because we can test this back. There are going to be, in total, 12 predictions I'm asking you to make across 3 rounds. There is a 1% round, a meta round, and a 6++ round. You are going to be predicting some outcomes for the LGT. I dare you to see if you can beat our wizards here on the main show, who will surely have a very keen fix on the future. So we will start with our 1% round. This is how we think things are going to go for our very magical special boys at the top of the game, with their big ideas and their clever lists as they throw down. So the first question I'm asking you 3 boys to predict is who will win LGT. There is 1 point going for faction and 3 points for correct player and the faction they're on. So, Christopher.
Hello. Who's winning? Well, you know what? Not just because he's at the top, but he seems to be in a fine vein of form recently. Innes has been. He went to ETC and went undefeated with Grey Knights. He just won Dune Hammer. He's also playing a list that Josh Roberts wins every event 600-0 with. Yeah, I'm going for Innes to take it home.
So Innes on his Space Marines. You know, I thought Innes was taking World Eaters because he talked about it on the show last week. That was obviously a psyop. I back him a lot more on this list. I do like it, and I did. The Triple Redemptors is an interesting thing. It's interesting. That's one of the lists I've seen where it feels very different. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Harley, who are you going for, mate?
Back myself, of course. But if you want a different answer, obviously.
No. So that's Harley Scully on Admech. Right. So Chris.
got to back yourself, right? So
absolutely. So Harley's going for Harley on Admech. Chris is going for Innes on Marines. I believe in you, Harley. I think Admech are in a nice spot.
Don't you have a bad World Eaters matchup?
No. It's not.
No.
It's playable.
Did you lose it the other day?
First rep. It's fine.
He's learning it. He's figuring it out. He's put his breaches
in.
Mate.
I lost my first rep into it, so I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then Jack Chapman, what's your prediction?
I'll just take the low hanging fruit and say Liam VSL.
Liam,
he can't do a free.
He can't do a free. Space Marines. I mean, he absolutely can.
No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
I'm going to go with the heart. I'm going to say Alexandra Sacco on Drakari, because why the heck not? I love it. I love that he's decided to bring Drakari to this event. And
you back him over Skari on Drakari?
He's a phenomenal player. Oh, sorry, Skari. Sorry. Yeah, I do. I love Sacco, though. We talked about Drakari. I say Shock Skari would be amazing, but I'm going to go for Sacco.
I was tempted to go for Skari.
Sacco tilted very, very high at LGT. That was before anybody knew who he was. I remember talking to him when we interviewed him. He had been playing 40k for something like 4 to 5 months when he went up to the LGT and took it down pretty much. Did he win it? I think he might have won it.
He did win it, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got caliber, right? I believe in him. Let's see how he gets on. And yeah, so it's a nice vote for Drakari. I'm saving another Drakari-based vote for the next one. So our next 1% question is which army is going to be most represented once they have cut from the main event itself. So post round 5, which army do you think is going to be the most heavily represented?
Eldari.
Eldari. I like it. Harley?
I think Marines. Just standard flavour Marines. When you got like Nas on them, Innis on them, there's a lot of good players on them.
Playing the numbers. I like it. Okay, and then Jack?
Was my first and second choice gone?
And
not going last on the next one.
I mean, you can guess what someone else has guessed,
what we've
mate. It's
got.
not.
No,
Doesn't
that's
write it
not
off.
fun, is it? That's not fun. What's going to be the most represented? You know what? Let's go with the stats, right? Average elo is super high
God.
for
Death Watch.
Death Watch.
I mean, that's what your stats tell you, Jack.
It does
Yeah.
indeed. It does
Well,
indeed.
go with stats, mate.
Yeah. So, you know what? Yeah, let's say Death Watch. Why not?
Okay,
They won
Jack,
LVO
you're
last
going
year,
with
so
Death
why
Watch.
can't they win OGT?
No, Tony Barrett's totally right.
Tau.
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 Why would I put
yes,
anything
yes,
else? It's
back
got to be
yourself.
Tau, right?
Absolutely Tau. Yeah, absolutely. So overrepresented in Top Cut. I will avoid just going on the Eldarian. I'll take the boring old World Eaters because no one took them. So we'll go for the World Eaters. That's fine. Absolutely fine. I think I'm going to regret that already because I'm just seeing those gun lanes again in my head. Anyway, we'll move it along. Next thing to try and guess for the 1% is who is going to win the Invitational, Jack.
Looking at Ben's name, can I justify that?
Ben
Unfortunately, yeah, Ben
Pearce.
Pearce.
He's not playing for us in this event, so no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is he
I
not
don't
wearing
know.
our colours for this?
He's
Oh, he's
not wearing
dead to
our
us
colours,
anyway
no.
then.
Yeah, he's dead to us.
Yeah, I don't know. I also played a win, so you know. I think, I'll take Innis for this event.
Yeah, I think that's a very reasonable guess.
I just like watching Innis play as well, so I kind of just
he's
see him
enjoyed
in a bunch of games.
Yeah, and then Harley.
I'm gonna go for because I don't know how serious people will take the invitation or what their list will be.
I think quite serious.
I haven't read into them, but I'm just gonna say someone Gustavo. I'm going to back Gustavo on guard.
Gustavo backs himself. Gustavo is full of confidence going into this, I think, which is great.
He's an angry man that runs at people with tanks and kills
He does.
He
does.
I back him.
And he does it well. Chris, who's going to win the Invitational?
I'll go Scary.
Oh, I was literally just about to take him, you bastard. Okay, fine. So, Scary for you.
You better go for Ed Watts now, because otherwise Ed will be sad.
I was got to decide if I was going to use Ed for some of the later rounds. I'm trying to avoid doing too much doubling up. I think we'll put Ed in for the Invitational. Go win the Invitational, Ed. I believe in you.
Yeah, boy.
That'd be great. Okay, so that is our 1% round. So if you've got your answers written down, guys, keep track of them. Maybe chuck them in the Discord afterwards for posterity so we can check, and then you can edit them later anyway. So moving it on. Oh, we actually had one more for the 1% round, which was which well-known player will lose their round one? Who's going to stumble at the first hurdle? I'm not playing, so you can't have me, because I would normally do this.
Easy. The guy who's done it more than any other top player, Vic.
Vic. Okay, Jack's gone Vic.
Vic, you'll probably listen to this. So
Vic, performance anxiety. DJ.
I think I'm glad he's on Eldar because it seemed like he wasn't sure on that. Then we have Harley. Who do you think is going to lose round one?
Pick yourself for every round, right, Harley?
If you that think of it, you're going to win the bet. You covered yourself.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to hate me. I'm going to say Ed Watts.
Ed Watts is losing round one. Harley, you bastard. Chris, who do you reckon?
I love you, Ed.
It's a shame the pairings aren't out yet. I'll go with Manny.
Manny, okay. Manny, by his own admission, hasn't played a ton of 40k, so Manny for that one.
He could get a rough draw. He had a rough time last time, I think, round one. I think he drew something.
As for myself, who
Manny
do I
v
lose round one? Is Terraform.
Terraform's a weird one, especially that board.
No, just go first and win, mate. Easy.
Just go first and win, indeed. Let's go mental. Let's go Liam VSL. Let's take a punt on Liam VSL losing his round one. That'd be great. Keep everyone on their toes at the main event. Okay, wonderful. So, moving it along, we now have the meta round. Which faction do you think is going to come out of this the most successful overall, Chris?
How are we defining that?
That is a great question. I will decide later on my own terms.
Okay, excellent.
And you'll deal with it.
Good.
Shit, I forgot to put Jack Tight for the round one loss. Oh, that was the obvious choice. I've gone Liam VSL instead of... Oh, dear. Anyway,
it's a bold move predicting Liam VSL's more likely to lose his round one than Jack.
That's why it's really spicy.
More likely to be playing Candy Crush in the first 10 minutes of his game.
Yeah, he is. He is. Go on then,
most successful
faction.
Space Marines.
Space Marines, fine. Jack.
50% of the field.
I don't want to double up on Tau, so I won't be doing that. I think I don't have it in me to say Eldari. Let's go Orcs. Go Dark Horse.
Nice. Yeah, we like that. We like a Dark Horse. And Harley?
I'm going to say Eldar.
Eldar makes a lot of sense. I probably would have gone Eldar. I've already done one for what it is already. Most successful overall. Yeah, we're pretty low on options here now.
Go really left field.
I'll bang an Emperor's Children in there. Let's do it. We were all very hyped on that a minute ago. I think that's fine.
Who's good that's on them?
Boris.
Raf Harbison, pretty confident will be. Not Jack Tight. For the good of the realm.
And good of Jack Tight.
Been taken off them. I'm not sure who else, actually, to be fair. Sacco's taken Dracari instead.
Bunch of nobodies.
Let's believe it.
I can filter my list. I can tell you.
That's pretty spicy. Start thinking in the meantime about which faction will be regarded the Dark Horse, the unexpected success after this event.
Grey Knights.
Oh, Luke Townsend's on
Chris is going. There you go. Luke Townsend. Chris is going Grey Knights. Harley?
I'm going to say Admech.
Yeah, you are, because you're going to win LGT with it.
It's not really a Dark Horse when...
It is a Dark Horse, because no one's taking it.
About them.
Yeah, but no one's using it.
Name me one of my rules.
You name you one of your rules.
I can't. What? I make them up.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Jack?
Was it Dark Horse faction? Sorry.
Dark Horse.
Tau.
I did that already.
I'm having Tau this time.
I'm not doubling up anyway. Yeah. I think Imperial Knights.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, because they have just been written off all across
Shout
the entire
out
internet.
Gustavo in the chat. Win the invitational for me. I'm backing you.
There you go. Yeah. Jack Tight says I'm now banned from playing Emperor's Children for War Masters. Yeah, that was the end of your Emperor's Children career, Jack, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm backing Tau. I think Tau will do a lot better than people think. So.
I do. I also do appreciate the Katie and Costello in Gustavo's list because I feel incredibly vindicated for the fact that I thought that was good and being told I was a crazy person. But now Gustavo did it, so it's okay for it to be good. So yeah, happy days.
Absolutely. Aiden's gone Death Watch for Dark Horse. That one is really interesting. Which faction and not Imperial Agents do we think will do the worst, guys? Starting with you, Harley.
Oh, I've got it. World Eaters. 100%.
World Eaters, okay.
100%.
I like it. We think World Eaters are going to bomb. Chris,
everyone that they're going to run at people, get tabled, and they'll be like, why didn't it work?
Death Guard.
Jack's going Death Guard. Interesting. Chris?
Custodes.
I will go for Tyranids. I don't think Tyranids have the best energy right now. I could see them having one of those events that makes people think they might need a buff, but we'll see. Maybe they will surprise. Okay, and then
Blood Angels.
What changes to the UKTC mission pack do you think the community will be demanding afterwards?
Maybe,
start with you, Chris.
Just maybe, some sort of terrain near the edge of a board.
Some terrain on the border. I think it probably is time to start thinking about a closed some maps with closed sides, right?
Somewhere.
A la WTC.
The diagonal, if you're a top player with a shooty army playing into maybe a weaker player, and you play on the diagonal board, I genuinely think that game could be over in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, nice. Harley, what do you think?
I think people will complain about the big ruin and 20-man berserkers being staged in it.
Big ruin with shit in it. Yeah, makes sense. Jack?
Those are like the main two things. The fact
think
that
of
The middle
another
of the
thing.
board and the edge of the board.
the fact that you can, the fact that you can, let's just say, if you can move 17 inches, turn 1 from the deployment line, hypothetically, if a unit could do that, you may be able to see the entirety of the opponent's deployment zone, and there is no way you can hide your Stormraven or Rogaldorn or any transport or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a complaint. If hypothetically an army that I might be playing or might not be playing could do that.
Yeah. That seems reasonable. I think I also had the big L, but I think people will want it moved back. I think people will be like, it's too close. It's too close to a
It is very close.
And my heart wouldn't let me go with you, Barrett, in the chat, who said Votan. Votan will do nothing at LGT, but I do fear you're right. I've been having a lot of fun with that, but it is it's not inspiring. I don't actually know what Greg took in the end. Let's have a look. I suspect it will be that. It'll be that or Tyranids.
Oh, don't know.
Greg is on the Leagues of Votan. Come on, Hearthband. Come on, Hearthband. It is Hearthband. Yeah. And we've got Capricus, Sagittarius, Thunderkin, Berserk, and a casual 25 Hearthguard. No land forts. I love it. Not a world away from what I was pissing about with at the weekend, but the land forts go to make room for more infantry. That's a very cool list. It will love the sides. I'm telling you that. It will love them sides. But yeah, if Greg can't do it, it's going to be tough. So moving it on, we've got the 6++ round. This is the round where everyone comes out of this feeling good about themselves and happy and with more friends than they had when they went in. But which member of the Plus will finish highest at LGT? Jack Chapman.
Is that your guess?
Shouldn't be.
I would fucking love that. I would absolutely love that. If Jack smashes everyone about
in every game, and he's fine.
Jack's just like, and then I sent and I shot him in his deployment zone again.
I don't know. All of my normal suggestions for like 5-0s, 4-1s are not
There's
at
a
the
few
event.
out there, right? Yeah, I mean, it's got quite
like
an interesting
normal
spread.
Yeah, the normal spread of people who I would suggest for that aren't there. Well, I can't say Harley, because that's just not fair. And if I'm not saying Harley, I also can't say Ed because I don't want to play favourites.
Yeah, don't play into that dynamic at all. You don't want to touch that with the barge pole. Yeah.
Do you know going if you've got the list? So we've got Alex Chancellor on Knights, we've got Ben Pritchard on Dark Angels, me on Grey Knights, Harley on Admech, Jack Asher on CSM, you on Tau, Jim on Grey Knights, John Scrivens on Dark Angels, Joe on Blood Angels, Patrick on Dark Angels, Sam on Blood Angels, Tom Redgate on Sisters, and Ed on Eldari.
I think Jack Asher.
Okay, very nice. Jack Asher.
Jack stand together.
Yeah, nice. Harley, who do you reckon?
Well, obviously, if I'm winning LGT, it's myself.
It'll be you.
Yeah. That's fine.
Below me will be. I'm actually going to say Chris is going to redeem himself and have a good run with the Grey Knights. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Jack has gone Jack A. Harley has gone Chris. Chris, what do you reckon?
Obviously, now I have to say Harley. Not that I'm going to. I'm going to say.
Buy your way into
Edward. Chris is, in the end of the day, Chris's desire to win the game always kicks in. And
Always.
He's like, I could be creative, but I will not.
Made the wrong choice.
Ed, because Ed has taken Eldar.
I think that puts Ed in a really nice spot.
He's just so he's actually got. You think back to this time last year where he not played with Sisters and took them. This time he's actually got the reps, and his ITT performances have been so strong with them. Obviously, there is just a world in which he deploys on the line and goes second in a matchup he needs to go first in against a top player. But other than that, I suspect he's got the.
I think he is
He
a
could go
very,
really
very,
deep in the
very
event.
strong player and now he's going on an army that he's played a lot of lately. So I think he's in a fantastic spot. I'm going to go Alex Chancellor because I love Alex Chancellor, and he has been quietly
Smashing
performing really, really well for months.
He beat.
yeah.
Who did he beat on Saturday?
He beat some chump
beat
actually.
some
Some I believe the guy went up to his table and said, "I'm going to win LGT," and then just lost to him.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the guy's
And
name
I'm pretty
was.
sure this guy was saying that it was like a 12-13 kind of win to him, and then he went and
For the
lost.
admit, yeah,
Something
yeah.
about smoke.
Yeah.
Do you know, Harley, who we're talking about?
No, I don't actually, mate.
No.
I just remember seeing 4 ups. That's all I remember.
Just, yeah, I came over to me. I was like, "How was your game?" He was like, "Oh yeah, I won by a few points." And I was
Classic
like, "Oh,
Alex.
nice." He was like, "Yeah, I diced Harley hard." Well, I don't know.
That's what Knights do, and I back Alex Chancellor to do well here. I'm sure he'll smash it.
Cheers for the confidence, guys. Feeling
For
ready.
Dilla, it's a
We
given,
don't want
mate.
your head
It's a
getting
given.
too big.
For Dilla asks, "How would you fight berserkers as Necrons?" My understanding is that you don't.
Necrons get
I've not heard great things. Necrons have never loved the combat armies that just wade into them. Right, that's always been one of their least favorite things.
Yes, Josh.
And the volume in the berserker bricks is pretty wild.
It's pretty bad.
I'm trying to think of units that Necrons have, right? And I like the durable unit. And you basically just need one thing to like survive.
It's
Man,
Catan.
you
by the way.
just-
The answer's Catan.
Yeah, I mean,
It probably is Catan.
You're right. I
I
mean,
think it's probably loads of Catan. I'm not even joking. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think it deals with the warrior brick is the problem. So the berserker brick. I don't know what they have
Well,
that
I
kills
think-
that.
it might live against the Berserker brick. I'm just worried about the Exalted 8-bound with damage 4. Is it damage 4 they get?
Damage
Yeah,
three.
I don't
Three.
know.
Damage 3.
It's
Okay, damage
quite a
3
lot.
against monsters' vehicles. Okay,
I
cool.
think the Catan will do it. Trust me. Get Deceiver in you this, you'll be fine.
Get the Deceiver. He sure does kill Marines good, that's
He's
true.
got damage 3 all over the place, mate. You'll be
Does
fine.
20 Berserkers kill Wraith, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Ridiculously.
Yeah, okay. I mean, does it, though?
Yes.
Because it's 3s. Presumably you're running ones for Khan.
No, it's 2s because it will be near 8-bound. It will be a 20-man. It will have sustained. It's like 100
It's quite-
attacks. It
it's
kills
quite
you
a
so
lot.
easily.
Okay, fair enough.
They had
Oh, it doesn't have
had
to
really
charge,
good
does it?
tools to play the game
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
It
They
really does have to
destroyed
be said.
Necrons.
It's another plus 20 attacks, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and it's just that the Necrons don't hurt them back enough is the big issue.
think-
Simon Harris asks, has Johnny Simmons stepped away from Epic and Tony? No, Johnny's just busy with other stuff right now. He remains out there in the world. He's just been busy and he's not currently able to play as much, so he's not playing OGT at the minute. Jack says he wishes he had a pack-bound Zealot Abaddon castle with a Forge Fiend. Yeah, that would do it. Good old-fashioned pack-bound. If you can see it, that was always pack-bound's problem. Is you're like, oh well, if you stand in front of my tank, I'll kill you. It's like, well, I won't do that. And you're like, bugger. That's unfortunately what I was hoping you'd do. So, who will be the surprise package for the Plus? Who's going to dazzle?
Go
perform,
Jim Eccles.
exceed themselves.
my
Jim
main
Eccles for
theory.
Chris. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Jim
Storm
Eccles on his
Raven
debut for the
and
Plus. with the
Storm Raven Warpbane. He's going to smash it. He's going to go at least 4-1. No pressure, Jim.
Lush. Harley, what do you reckon?
Alex all day.
Alex Chancellor. Yeah, I love that. Jack.
I think it's going to be Harley because Harley is not going to go 5-0 like he says, and he's not going to go 0-5 like everyone else wants him to. He's going to go 3-2.
Oh, for
Harley's
God's
going
sake.
to 3-2. He's going to be such a moody bastard.
Why would you wish this on him? It's so cruel.
I've done like so many events in 10th, and I've gone 3-2 once. And it didn't work. Like,
Oh,
I've done it
boy.
once. Every other
Don't-
time has been at
don't
least
tell-
4.
It's
Oh,
LGT,
so
man.
hard.
It's LGT. Like, the craziest
Yeah,
shit happens at LGT.
Mental shit does happen. For mine, I'm going Jack Chapman. It's in line with our Tower theory. I believe in the fish. I think Jack Chapman's going to kill some people with the fish. He's going to have a great event. I'm excited for it. Okie dokie. Aidan Brockhurst has given some clues as to Johnny Simmons' status, saying he is in fact busy making baby robots. There you go. You can do with that what you will. Beep boop indeed. Which member of the Plus is going to take a famous scalp? Jack.
Again, all the normal people that do this aren't here. Where's Paul James when you need him, right?
I'm going to go with Alex Chancellor. I'm locking him in.
Yeah, he loves the famous scout these days, you know.
He does.
I was going to do him for this one, but I picked him for the last one.
Yeah.
I think we've now built him up so much that he's going to have a meltdown. Sorry, Alex, but until this point,
I'm going to say
yourself.
Well, obviously that, but you, Jack. I think you'll take a big name down.
Nice, let's see it. He very nearly had Innis, don't forget. I can't remember what event that was, but he was very, very close.
It was Nottingham, and I believe he will go one further this time.
Yeah, he's going to take Innis down.
He brought it up in the last stat check as well, so I know he hasn't forgotten.
There you go.
He's coming.
I'll never go higher than that.
So,
I'll say... I will say... Let's say Chris. Why not?
Yeah, I love it. He was very close to beating Clement at the weekend. Very close. So he's definitely in a good spot. And I will go Harley Scully because I've not given any Harley love in this quiz yet. But I believe in Harley's ability to take big scouts because I've been watching him do it a lot lately. So I think he'll be all right. Okay, and then our final one. Which member of the Plus, and this is a tough one, will be truly bang average? That is the member of the Plus who's going to finish exactly in the middle of the pack.
Scrivo.
No, I've got this. Jack Doddy is going to go 2 wins, a draw, 2 losses, bang in the middle.
That's actually Jack Doddy. I don't know. I've not seen what he's taking, but that's not a bad shout.
Is he going? Yeah, that's probably something to check.
He's not.
Harley said his answer now, so it doesn't matter if he's going or not. Okay.
Chris,
someone check.
He's not on the list, mate. I'm going to go with Tom Redgate on Sisters.
I was going to pilot to that.
You're not allowed to. You've gone Jack Doddy. He's not even going.
I'll change to the other Jack.
Jack Asher. Okay.
No, Jack Chapman.
Jack Chapman.
Okay. You just put him for beating a top player. Now you're putting him.
He's gonna beat a top player, then bottle the next round.
Yeah, that couldn't be me in a nutshell.
Yeah. I'm going to go Joe Reed because he'll have a game every day where he's sober, and then he'll have the games where he's not, and then the overall results more or less level out. Pretty much. So Sprayback Studio asks which member of the Plus is going to beat Jack Type. I don't think any of them want to play the Chaos Knights very much, to be honest.
No, I don't want to play Chaos Knights.
Yeah, sure. Easy work.
Jack will win with the tower game.
Just roll 6, isn't it? Lethal hit it all the board.
Montcar will just roll lethals. So there are our answers. We've got them all documented. There's some interesting takes there. We will come back to it and see how we all did in the future. If you've been following along at home, make sure you've got them written down and we can see how you did when we reconvene. So that is it for us as far as the predictions go. I'll just check whether there's any podcast questions in the meantime. Thanks for listening. You can hit like and subscribe, leave us a comment. We love all of that good stuff. If you do have any questions for us, we'll field them now. If you want to chuck us a super chat for a job well done, we would be more than happy to take your money as well. We love taking money. We're very big on that. So in the podcast questions, the first question is from Theo saying, please can Tom wear a moth costume? I cannot wear a moth costume to LGT, unfortunately. I did ask. What I will probably do down the line is get a little moth pin badge. I want to get a 6++ pin badge somewhere, so I can get a moth one as well. I can get a few on the outfit. That'd be good. We also have in the podcast questions from Martin: why is the King of the Ping GT better than LGT? Anyone want to feel that one?
Well, the quality of player is just so high. You just can't. There's tournaments that are, you have quantity and then you have quality, right? So
there's no chance of having a bad game in the King of the Ping.
That's exactly it. And people get beaten like 93-22 in there, and they still have a good time. It's just a hoot. Jack in the chat asked, "Can we put my friend on the UKTC stream round 1? He has a beautifully painted Thunderhawk." Oh, what a mad lad! I love that. I absolutely love that. I mean, I think it is convention for the Weird and Wonderful list to get to be on the stream earlier in the event, right?
It's just going to be a 6++ player in every single round, right, Tom? That's what we've agreed, yeah. It's just going to be the 6++.
We're just going to completely abuse that. I mean, I will try and get at least one on. Josh Callum said there's no Brood Brothers GSC at LGT, so King of the Penguins. Yeah,
there won't be any Brood Brothers King of the Ping either, so don't worry.
I don't think Jack's going to be going back to that one in a hurry.
Turns out it's not like season 1 of King of the Ping, where you could just run meme lists and have a good time. You actually have to take a list that's not
your meme list has to be pretty dangerous now. I think it's fair to say. Thought mid temperature was about the right level, I felt.
Out of curiosity, just while we're on the topic of the UKTC streaming situation, are you commentating alone?
So I will be sort of prime commentator, but I think you've got Charles Gold who's running all the technical side, or it also provides audio input for that. Now I've not sort of been informed exactly how that worked, but I think it'll probably be me and Charles together, and potentially some other people hopping in, sitting in. But the reality is, it's the first time doing it, so we're figuring it out. We're going to be figuring it out. Should be fun. There should be some good interviews with people as well. And again, if I can drag some 6++ people on, I definitely will. Simon Harris says Warwick Smith is taking triple guard, super heavy, power move. Love to see it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. You all rock. We will see you this weekend at the LGT.
Come on, say hi.
Good night. Come say hey. Bye.